guys, what's up? Today's video, I thought that I would go ahead and just do this. I'm going to be doing a review and swatch of the Kathleenlights Morphe palette. And the reason that I'm doing this is in just the chance that it comes out again. You guys can kind of see and decide for yourself. Do I want to do this? Do I want to hurry up and snatch it as soon as it comes out again? But anyways, that is why I'm doing this palette. I've already done a tutorial showing you guys, I don't know if I've posted up my second one, but I've already done at least one tutorial using this. If you guys want to kind of see that, you can go check it out. I'll put the link below. But this is what the palette, the packaging looks like. It's Kathleenlights. She is a YouTuber. If you do not know who she is, just leave. Don't leave, but she's awesome. You need to look her up. So Kathleenlights, and then in the back, this is her right here. This is Kathleenlights, and then she writes a nice little paragraph for us, like a little letter. Then this is the palette right here. It's a Morphe palette. It's not like their typical palettes because it is magnetic, and usually their palettes like will snap closed. And it says Morphe times Kathleenlights, and this is the eyeshadow. This is the eyeshadow palette right here. It's absolutely gorgeous, has some neutrals, has some fall colors, has some berries, has an awesome pop of color. I think personally this palette is very well rounded, you guys. I honestly do. I'm not gonna lie, I love Kathleenlights. I watch her. Not gonna lie, I watch her videos every time she posts one up. But I really think she did a good job of the color selection that she put in here. Some of these colors Morphe already had in other palettes. Some of these are like unique to her, like she helped kind of pick some colors that Morphe doesn't already have. And that's really exciting. Now this palette did cost me like $14.99 around there, so it's super affordable, which is really impressive. And that's what made me so excited, is how affordable the palette was. And the quality in here is great. I haven't dipped into a single eyeshadow that has been not a good quality. For mattes, they're good. For shimmers, they're good. And I've just been super impressed. Today, I have this palette, and only this palette, on my eyes for my makeup look today, just in case you're wondering. It's mostly a matte type of look today, and I will just tell you what I have on today. So I have this color right here all over the lid, and then I put in the crease these two berry shades, and I also mixed in a little bit of this warm brown. Underneath the brows, I have this color right here. In the inner corners, I have this shimmery color. Scratch that. In the lower lash line, I ended up putting a yellow underneath there. I put some of this one mixed with the yellow. Anyways, so let me start off by telling you my overall thoughts. Is this palette worth the money? Yes. Should you go buy it? Yes. I give it 5 stars out of 5, 5 thumbs ups out of 5s, 5 smileys out of 5s, whatever you want to say. I think personally this palette, every single eyeshadow in here has been a hit. I haven't had any problems with my palette. I haven't had anything seem like it crumbled. Some of them do give you a little tiny bit of fallout, but it's to be expected with some of these eyeshadows. And I do feel that these eyeshadows are super so and they're really just nice. They just feel nice and silky. Whether you're using a brush, whether you're using a finger swatch, they're really nice. Also, the mattes, I noticed, blend so easily in the crease. Like, they just blend on the eyes so easily. That's really good. That's something to look for whenever you're trying to find eyeshadow palettes. So I'm going to go ahead and start swatching these on my arm for you guys so you guys can see. And I'll put down below some of my foundations, shades that I am, so you can kind of use that as a reference. I'll use some high-end foundations as well as some drugstore. But let's go ahead and start swatching. I'm going to start by swatching this row right here, which is probably one of my favorite rows just because of this color. I'm obsessed with it. I love it, and I think all over the lid it looks good. So I'm just going to kind of, now I'm not pressing abnormally hard. I'm not trying to trick you guys at all. Like, honestly, I'm not. Now some of these I feel like they look better with a brush. So these are that top row right there. You can kind of see the colors and the vibrancy of it. Now I didn't dip my finger in super hard. I don't think that any of these are too soft. I think they're pretty like normal soft. Like you can tell that they're soft obviously because they're really nice like soft formulation, and so I feel like that helps with the pigmentation. So that's the top row right there, you guys can kind of see. I absolutely love the matte colors. They are so gorgeous and they did so well with the mattes. I feel like some palettes and some companies just do not do well with matte eyeshadows. I don't know what it is. Mattes are so difficult, and these I feel like are just really nice. I like that these eyeshadows are not only pigmented, but they don't fade throughout the day either. I do like to use eyeshadow primer, but I've used these without eyeshadow primer and they look fine. So I'll go ahead and do this second row here and swatch these for you guys. I just want to show you guys just so there's no... I love those berry shades. They look so nice. So here's that second row swatched. You guys can kind of see. I feel like the colors are really gorgeous. Those shimmery shades, I feel like they kind of blend into my color a little bit better, but they still show up great on the lid. They still look nice. I am super impressed. Let me tell you one of the reasons that I like this palette. I love this palette because it has berries, which is perfect for this time of year. It has a cool brown and it has some warm browns. And it has kind of like a perfect color for underneath the brow and a perfect highlighter shade. I feel like it has everything. It has its black, it has its pop of color, and it has some of the more neutral shimmers that most people will probably like. So I really like that. Just the combination. I feel like this has everything that I could travel with it. I could do a day look, I could do a night look, and that's kind of like in big palettes, that's something that I look for. Do I need to go grab something and incorporate something in my look, or can I just use everything from the palette? Like, am I missing something? So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this. So am I missing something? Like, am I gonna feel like I have to grab a separate eyeshadow to transition with, or to put underneath the brow bone, or to highlight with, or to, I don't know, for my night look? Like, do I need to grab like a different color? And I don't feel like it's the case with this one. I feel like this one is pretty much everything you could need is in this palette. So here's that bottom row right there. You guys can kind of see the pigmentation is amazing. And now something that I've heard that a lot of people have said about this is that the eyeshadows are too soft. They crumble and they kind of push their finger in there and you can see a fingerprint. I'm sorry, let me just tell you, some of my favorite eyeshadow palettes, I could probably do that, especially with shimmery shades. The matte shades are pretty compacted in there, but with metallic and shimmery shades, they're gonna be softer. And sometimes, yes, if I go in there and I push really hard, yes, they're going to put a fingerprint in there. That's why with makeup, you still have to be careful. So, I don't know. I wouldn't recommend trying to mess this up on purpose. I really like this palette, you guys. I hope the swatches were helpful. I didn't want to spend too long talking about this palette. You guys know that I really do like it. Not necessarily because it's her palette. Like, that's one of the reasons I wanted to try it, because I was curious, but genuinely this palette is really good quality, and for the price I'm super amazed. And I would even go back if she releases it again and get a couple for Christmas to give out to people, because it is a good palette. And I really do like it. The magneticness of it is great. It's great for traveling. It's compact. You won't break it that easily, and it's just a good palette, good colors. I really absolutely love it. I hope that this review was helpful and the swatches were helpful. I will put more information down below in the description box, and if she does release it, I will link it down below so you guys can see it and try to get it before it gets sold out again. But I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you check out the tutorials that I did already using this palette if you want to see more. And I guess I'll just see you guys next time. Bye.